Yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do something slightly different, and I am going to do it because I told you that I'll be hitting daily vlogs again. I am going to hit daily vlogs again. I have been. I've got footage. I just haven't put it out yet, so I'm sorry. It still needs editing. But today I'm going to do something which basically gets asked all the bloody time. I get DM'd on a daily basis with this sort of question or something around this sort of question. So today's topic, and today's gonna be a slightly different video, today's topic that I'm covering in the video is gonna be my top 10 tips on how to start a car enthusiast brand, a car community, a car group, anything depending on what you do. Now, first disclaimer, these are tips. These aren't like guaranteed guidelines because some people will disagree with what I'm going to say, so I'm sorry. Second thing is these are tips of up to the stage that I'm at right now. So there are groups that are out there that have progressed past the point of which I'm at, and because of that, they mostly have more solid tips along the way. So I'm just going to give you tips up until the point I'm at right now. To give you an idea of the point I'm at right now, we've been running for about 2 years, or just over 2 years. We say 2014, but it was towards the end of 2014 that we started. And as well, on top of that, I've just gone full time with Broke Boys 2, and I'm doing okay at the moment. I'm not taking money, but I'm getting by, surviving, and growing my brand as much as I possibly can. Okay, so like I said, what happens is every now and then we'll get a message through on the Instagram, we'll get a DM and it will say, hi, just started a car page, how the fuck do I get as big as you? Which I'm flattered, but not even, well, I don't even think we're that big yet. We'll also get stuff along the lines of, hi, I'm gonna start a car group, how would you suggest that I start? Or where do you suggest that I go? Or how do I gain followers? Or what should I do first? And like, they come in all shapes and sizes, and I'm gonna say, guys, if you've ever asked me one of those questions, I'm completely flattered, or we as a brand are completely flattered that you're asking us, and would like to say thank you very much. However, today I'm gonna do the top 10 tips on what I think will keep you on track of my idea of what makes a good car community. I refer to Broke Boys as a car enthusiast brand. Why? Because we sell multiple products, multiple things, etc., which go out to the car enthusiast or the modified car enthusiast market. So, tip number 1, come up with a good idea. Now, I'm going to try and do these points in order, like from start to finish, of like most important to not least important, but kind of in chronological order of which I think you should do first. I think the biggest mistake that a lot of people do is like go to their mates, oh, we should start a car group, and then just come up with a really cool name that they think's cool, but the rest of the world might not think is cool as well. Like, that's complete failure, but I'll talk about that in a sec. So what I mean by come up with a good idea is you need to come up with a good concept first of all. Now, what I mean by concept is, for example, Broke Boys targets the market of people which don't want to spend as much on their build / can't afford to spend as much on their build / I don't know, I've got money issues or like a kid to look after. I don't really know, but we specifically target people in that kind of broke, not that 30 grand to waste on a show car situation. Now, what that means is Broke Boys has a good concept behind it, and people follow the concept. They don't follow Broke Boys because they think that the name Broke Boys is cool. Like, they could think that it's completely shit and rubbish. They could think that the whole branding behind it's rubbish. But as long as you have people on your side loving your concept, you will gain followers, you will gain a community, and you'll have people growing around you. To give you another example, Strictly Static, he targets the static market, he slags off air to shit, and because of that, he has a massive following, way bigger than a lot of people, because he has a concept which people want to follow. So because of the concept, the whole of the static market's pretty much in and involved in him. There's a fucking shitload of the air market which also is involved with him as well, just because they like the fact that he has a sick concept and they believe in what he's selling. So that would be my tip number 1. Tip number 2 is find your target market. Talk about with your mates, if you're starting a group with your friends, it's find your target market and stick to your target market. So what I mean by that is, for example, 621 they target the Japanese market. Broke Boys, we target, don't get me wrong, the larger market, but our market is, once again, tied in with our good idea, which is the kind of broke concept. It's exactly the same thing. Find a target market which you feel that you have full knowledge of. So there are brands out there that target more specific German-based areas of the car enthusiast market. There are brands out there that stick to Japanese. There are also really cool brands out there. As an example, what I think is quite a good idea and concept, stuff like Lupo Gang. They specifically hit up Lupos and Lupos only. Now, a lot of you might sit back on day one and be like, well, hang on a second, I don't want to reduce my market to one car, one brand, etc. If you follow, or like if you're in love with that one brand, or like one brand of car, and like you know everything about it, why not? Because you can smash that market so well. Yes, it reduces your market as a whole, however you specifically target at one type of person. So because of that, you can absolutely dominate that area. So for example, Lupo Gang target Lupos. A lot of Lupo owners sport Lupo Gang shit. So because they're sporting Lupo Gang shit, Lupo Gang have the opportunity to take over the Lupo market. Don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to start a group which targets fucking Austin metros, because how many people are really repping that shit, or some really fucking rare car that no one fucking has. But what I am saying is there are groups out there which are specific. So Mark II crew, they're a good one. You've got some E30 groups out there as well. There's a fuckload of E30s on the market, and E30s are a good one to hit because the owners obviously know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to E30s, and they want to dominate a certain market. So for example, Broke Boys wants to dominate budget builds, etc. You get the point. Tip number 3 is pick a good name. So you'll notice I didn't pick a good name as tip number 1. Why? Because I think targeting the right target market and coming up with a good concept comes before hitting up a good name. Now, I want to tell you something which is going to be hard for a lot of you to hear. A good name is subjective to the person that hears it. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I mean, I like the name Broke Boys, but I guarantee you there are a lot of people that think it sounds gay as shit. That means that they fucking hate it. All I'm saying is because of that, the name that you come up with, as cool as you and your mates think it might not be what everybody else fucking likes. So as long as you've got a good concept behind it, and as long as you're hitting the right target audience, then you should be able to gain a following regardless. But pick a good name, and the reason that I say pick a good name is because I want to specifically say, do not fucking pick something which is already taken. This is like the #1 thing which goes wrong with groups. There are so many people out there complaining at the amount of car groups there are right now, and the only people that are complaining are the people that are fucking scared. In all honesty, the only time that I complain about new car groups is when they haven't been original enough to come up with their own fucking name. But some of my friends have names or car groups with the word low in the fucking name. However, they have a sick concept behind it, they're targeting an audience, so they should prevail. All I'm saying to you is, please don't come up with a fucking name and be like, hi, I've got a new car page, Broke Boys, will you give it a shout out? It's called the Rolling Low Static Broke Squad Crew. Like, what the fuck? Like, come up with something sick. Like, I don't know, get a dictionary, flick through if you're really struggling, and fucking land on a page and put your finger on it. If it really takes that, I don't think the name is that important, but come up with something which isn't fucking taken. The reason that I say that is because branding is a massive thing. If your branding is not good, it's subjective to the person that is looking at it, and your name is also shit, people won't go with you. As well, when they're doing things like Instagram searches, Google searches, and they're looking for you specifically, they type in the word like fucking low because they can't remember. They've seen you on Instagram, they're like, fuck, I really wanted one of their stickers. Shit, what are they called? Rolling, static, slammed, and they're typing it all in, and they're getting out fucking done because Slammed UK are top of the list on Google when you search their name, or you type in Slammed, because they're better than you because they've been around for longer. That is all I'm saying. So you will get past, they'll click on the Slammed UK website, be like, oh shit, this is sick, and they'll buy a Slammed UK sticker over fucking you. So come up with a good name which doesn't include anything which has been used before. Yes, it is extremely hard. Yes, you might clash with a couple of people. For example, we come up with Broke Boys and then realise that 6 months later that there's a group in America. But I just want to throw it out there, I've overtaken them. So, anyway, moving on to the next point. Number 4, tip number 4 is establish a budget. Now, what I mean by that is establish a budget for your brand. At the very beginning, if you're going to go into this, you need a budget. Now, I'm throwing it out there. Some people are going to have bigger budgets than others. Some people are going to be able to be like, oh my god, I've come up with a sick idea, and throw like fucking 5 grand at it. If you really want to do that, please be my guest. But establish your budget and fucking buy stuff which is relevant to the budget that you have. Like, work around your budget. Broke Boys was generated on £60. So what did we do with the first £60? I went out, I bought £60 worth of small Broke Boys stickers, and I fucking gave shitloads away for free and sold them online for £2. Now, I was giving them away for free a lot. Anyone that bought one, I'm sorry. I'm like, thank you so much. But I mean as in, I had to get brand awareness out there. So I gave out a shitload of free stickers. One mistake which I see a lot of people making is they come up with an idea, they come up with a brand, they're like, oh my god, we've got a fucking crew together. This is gonna be amazing. We're gonna be sick, huge, and we're gonna have a fucking yearly car show. And they go out and buy themselves t-shirts. No one fucking knows who you are yet. So what you look like is a group of idiots walking around sporting some fucking crew that no one's ever heard of, wearing fucking t-shirts in the middle of a car show. It's like, slow the fuck down. Like, that 40, 50 quid that you just spent on those fucking 6, 7 t-shirts for your mates could have gone on something to create brand awareness for you. If you've got the budget to buy yourself t-shirts on top of buying yourself some fucking product, then please be my guest. But up until that point, if you haven't got that, i.e. like we didn't, we like split 30 quid between 2 people, like 30 quid each between 2 people, split 60 quid. Like, if you don't have that, don't buy t-shirts. I'm going to be honest with you, I fucking made the mistake as well. My first 60 quid went on product. I think a little bit of the money or the returns on that to make that money back went on product too. But then within about 3 months, I went out and bought us all t-shirts that all went in the bin about 3-4 months later because they all fucking shrunk. They were terrible, and like, they were just, I don't know, the branding on it was shit and I didn't like it, and we changed it up. So your day one branding ain't gonna be great. You're gonna change your mind after fucking 6 months anyway, and it's all gonna go to shit. So establish your budget and spend your budget wisely. Tip number 5 is brand awareness. Now, brand awareness is absolutely massive. If you want to grow or stand out amongst all the competitors that you've got against you right this very second, people that are bigger than you, just starting out, have a fucking similar name to you, knowing the situation that most people are in, or, I don't know, are like really close to, I don't know, competing with you or like styling themselves in the same way, because it's bound to happen, it can't be helped. You need to have brand awareness. So my tip, which I just said in the point before, is I literally went out, we bought £60 worth of stickers, which I think got us like fucking 100 stickers or something, I don't know, but we literally gave them away. So we were messaging as many people as we could with a substantial amount of followers and saying, yo, will you rep a sticker? We got turned down shitloads, and the funny bit is it hurts at the time. You hit people up, you're fucking embarrassed, you're messaging like some real insta famous people like, hi, I just started a brand, will you rep a sticker? And they'll hit you up and be like, yeah, no, sorry mate, like I don't do that, or yeah, no, sorry mate, I'm sponsored, so I can't do that. And they give you every excuse under the sun, and it hurts, but I'm throwing it out there. There are shitloads of people that fucking come back when you're bigger. So hit up like pretty much absolutely everybody. Don't be too generic and hit up like the top 3 fucking scene queens, because it's just not gonna work. They're gonna say no unless you like start giving them free shit for the rest of their lives. All I'm saying to you is you need to hit up with people with like 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, 3,000 followers, small amounts of followers, something like that. They will easily turn around to you and be like, yo, yeah, do you know what, yeah, send it over, why not? All your outgoings are is that like really small like 60p sticker, a stamp for like another 60p, and an envelope. Like legit, like £1 something. This is exactly what I said. Budget is fucking key. So set yourself up a website maybe, get the stickers on sale, but then give away as many as you possibly can. People will buy them and hopefully generate the money to buy that stamp, buy that fucking letter, buy that sticker again, and what you can do is you can then post that out. To give you an example, we hit up someone that I think was quite a good one for us. A guy called Ben, I believe at the time it was Ben_R53, because he ended up having a photo shoot like the week after. He then had the little Broke Boy sticker at the back, and it gave us something to post. So we posted that, and then after we started posting that, like, he had like maybe a couple of thousand followers, I don't know, maybe a couple of hundred. Either way, the photo shoot was sick. I think he had just had like a feature in Fast Car as well, just before we got the sticker on. And like, his car was already like pretty known, so because of that, we like posted it out there, and we was able to show people the sticker that we were selling, so people can like visualize it and be like, yo, like, I want one. So, and by this time as well, like, people were catching on to the idea. They were like, oh, sick, like, Broke Boys, like, what does that mean? And like, we were like telling them, so everything started coming together. But legit, if you can give out stickers, brand awareness is key. Like, DM the fuck out of as many people as you possibly can. Like, don't spam them, don't annoy them, don't hit them up with question marks when they don't reply. If they don't reply and they've seen it, they don't want to fucking reply to you. But that's my tip number 5. So, tip number 6 is set up your main social media hub. However, set them all up. So what I mean by that is, I know that a lot of people out there will set up an Instagram page, they'll start sharing, oh my god, I'm going to add to this as well, so they'll start sharing people's cars. I just thought of something. And then what they'll do in like 6 months time is start a Facebook, and in 6 months after that start a Snapchat. The only thing is if you haven't come up with an original name, your Snapchat might already be taken, your Instagram, your Facebook might already be taken, depending on obviously what one you set up first. My advice would be, set them all up, tell everybody that you've got them all. If you don't use them all, don't really fucking worry. Facebook's like a back of Instagram, because Instagram's like the biggest thing for cars anyway. So when you post on Instagram, just click share onto Facebook and it just goes straight there. You're better off having both social media hubs. Some people are like, oh yeah, but like, I've only got one set of hands, I want to concentrate on something first. No, 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 no. You fucked up. Don't do that, because the best thing for you to do is grow them both together. Because while you are setting up your one Instagram account that you want to focus on, and you get 10,000 followers here, you've got fuck all on Facebook, you then spend your time either not wanting to build Facebook because you've already got Instagram, not able to build Facebook because Instagram followers don't fucking care about Facebook, maybe, I don't know. Or what happens is another group comes along who's grown 10,000 Instagram followers and 5,000 Facebook fucking likes at the same time and has more audience than you. So because of that, you need to hit them both up, like legit. You just need to do them both. Snapchat as well, like Snapchat round shows, etc. It's going to tie into my next point. The one thing that I was going to say though, to add to this point, is a lot of people do this thing where they're like, oh, DM us, we'll share your car, and suddenly you think you're going to be loved. No, DM us, we'll share your car. You need to give us a shout out too. That is what we did back in the day, and it fucking works. Shout out for shout out is like, it back in the day it worked. Don't get me wrong, I don't know if it's going to work now, but back in the day, like, it was a thing. Like, hi, shout us out and we will shout out your car. So what you find is people aren't DMing you, you're getting tagged in posts of people screenshotting and sharing. Then what you get to do is go on their profile, pick their best photo. They don't send you in like that Nokia 3210 photo that they like, and then you get to pick that one, screenshot it, crop it down on your phone, fucking share it. Because of that, you can then tag them in it, and you've already got their, say, 30 to fucking 500 followers of just seeing you, like, who you are, because they've just shared you, and then you've given the love back. Like, it's a give for give. Like, don't be just sharing cars left, right, and center. I'm not asking for anything back, because you're not going to grow a following. Like, brand awareness, brand awareness. So, tip number 7 is ask for shout outs, but be real. So, what I mean by that is, when you're DMing people and asking to give them your stickers, also, if you're asking to give the stickers out and be like, oh, yo, can I send you a sticker? If somebody replies and it's like, yeah, just be like, oh, and hi, do you mind if, like, once you get the sticker, you give us a shout out? Or if you're not giving out stickers and you think that's a completely wrong way to go about it, and you do want to ask people for shout outs, then please be my guest, but be realistic about what you're about to do. So, let me give you an example. When we first started out, we had a couple of hundred followers. I was DMing people left, right, and centre and saying, hi, can we get a shout out? Some people were turning us down, not replying, etc. I was going on the page, they got 10,000 followers, and I was like, oh, arseholes. No. the amount of people that have hit me up over the last year and asked for a shout out on their new page and don't exist anymore is a fucking joke. All I'm saying to you is I won't give small groups a shout out on the Broke Boys page, because if I give you a shout out today and you don't exist next week, we wasted our fucking time giving you a shout out. It looks like shit. People go over to your page, follow it, and then they're like, oh, well that was fucking rubbish. Or as well, it's just like spammy, like it's just it looks really, really shit. So that's the reason that we won't do it on big pages. You've got to be realistic. If a page has got 500 followers, a shout out fucking works. Like don't be like, oh yo, like this page got 500 followers, this page has got like 50,000, like who should I go to? Oh, I'm gonna message a 50,000 one because they've got more. Like no, like fucking pass up your ego, throw that shit out the window, ask some people for shout outs and just be real with it. I've got 10 followers right now, I've started a new page, I need to ask for fucking shout outs. I'm gonna go and ask people with like 200, 300, 400 followers, and they're most probably gonna do it because they're gonna be like, alright, yeah, cool, shout out for shout out, yo. And it's gonna be like a fucking, do you know what I mean? You help them, they help you. If you hit up big pages, they do give you a shout out, you have been fucking lucky. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, like, please grow the balls and go do it. But in all honesty, don't get annoyed when they don't, because that's most really the reason why. Okay, so tip number 8 is commit to it. The one thing, like this is my biggest pet hate, like my biggest pet hate. I understand that things can get in the way of, I don't know, your commitment to what you're about to do, but you need to commit to something like this. Do not think that you start an Instagram page and then suddenly out of the blue, it just becomes big and you don't have to do much work towards it. A lot of people, I think, get the wrong end of the stick and think that they can just post some pictures on an Instagram page, become the best fucking car group in the world, and then suddenly sell bare shit, quit their job and have like a life-changing car show, maybe, and then, I don't know, be like front page of Fast Car every month and be getting sponsors and endorsements left, right and centre. Like, legit no. Like, no. If you ask anyone in like the UK industry, the level of commitment that you commit to your brand will pay off. Like, as in, if I commit, I post like, I don't know, every like fucking 4 days, I commit like the slightest bit to doing it, I'm sort of sold by it, I'm sort of in on it, I don't really care too much, I'm DM like one person, I'm like, yo, shout out maybe, like, then in 5, 6, 7 years time, expect to have an okay amount of followers and expect to have, I don't know, like some sort of income from it, maybe. That's fucking long. Like, if you want to be like big within the next 2 years, or you want to be bigger within the next 2 years to the point where like, oh shit, like this is picking up traction, like you need to commit to it hard. Like, live, breathe and shit your fucking brand. Do not let that shit slide. Get somebody, or you posting, or people, like whatever it is, posting as much as you fucking possibly can. Don't be spammy. Post good content. Once again, good content is subjective to the person, so what you might think's amazing, somebody else might be like, this is fucking shit. So whatever it is, like, you need to just commit to it and make sure that you give it your all. Tip number 9 is establish your job roles. So if you're doing this on your own and it's like a one-man band sort of thing, and you're like, yo, do you know what, like I want to do this and hopefully build friends on the way, then you need to basically, I don't know, set yourself some sort of timetable, or give yourself like job roles as a whole, but like give yourself job roles that are realistic. Like, don't try and like do everything yourself, because you can, but like right now, if you're first starting out, you've never done this before, it could be pretty hard. If you're lucky enough to have like a team of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, I don't know how many people there are, like legit give yourself job roles and base it on who's more committed or who's more intelligent in the situation. So for example, if you've got one person who works part-time, he's a student, and then on top of that he has the most free and available time to post on Instagram, then he's the person that should do Instagram. If you've got somebody who, I don't know, works full-time, however finishes at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock because they work in a school or something, I don't fucking know, give them Facebook. The point is if somebody's got storage and they've got like somewhere to put all of the orders, give them the orders, just make sure it's okay with them. They need to do that. Like, make sure that you effectively give out job roles and make sure you all know what you're doing. Do not trip over each other. It's an easy mistake to make. One thing that we did at the beginning was we had somebody else on our Instagram. I was on the Instagram. He was saying one thing, I was saying something else. Then another message would come through, I go to reply, but it had already been replied to. It's fucking mayhem. Like, just don't bother. I know you will want the Instagram account, but be realistic. If you've got somebody in the team who's a little bit more of a fucking, I don't know, brighter spark than the others, then give them the job role which you feel needs more shit or more intelligence pointed towards it. Like, just be real. Like, be realistic with it and go for it. You need to give yourself established job roles so you can all work as a team. Number 10, and this is like most probably one of the biggest ones which will make you stand out, and it ties in with like establishing your market, it ties in with coming up with a good concept, and it's don't be a sheep unless you might, I don't know, do it better. But all I'm saying is do not be a sheep. Like, I swear to God, the amount of people that produce pretty much the same thing, like there are so many brands out there, it's really hard to come up with something unique. I'm not telling you that every single launch you do of sticker, I don't know, or clothing, or everything in the future needs to be like completely different. There is a lot of things that we've done where people will be like, yo, somebody's already done it, like, I did it better. Like, if you don't agree with that, like, cool, I don't care, I think I did it better. The whole point I'm trying to make though is most of the stuff that we do isn't already done. And what I mean by that is, yeah, alright, we sell t-shirts, and I'm not suddenly being like, yo, everyone sells t-shirts, sell tank tops, because no one's doing that. Like, the point I'm trying to make is like, you need to be different, like with designs, with lanyards, with some products. I don't know, like if everybody's producing, like, don't get me wrong, we produce black t-shirts, most people produce black t-shirts, but it's a seller. Like, I'm not suddenly gonna produce pink t-shirts and no one fucking buy them because no one's gonna wear bright hot pink. Like, I don't know, as an example. All I'm saying is you need to be unique in the design. So for example, when we first came out, just to give you like an idea, we did the Curve Broke Boys logo. I don't care what anybody fucking says, we was the only people doing a curve logo, like a clear curve. Like, there were other brands like that had like a little tint to it and shit. I mean as in like a full curve. I tell you that, and I'm telling you that guaranteed, because after about 3 to 4 months of running the Curve logo, we were like, fuck, like, people aren't buying it. When really, it was like, well, people were buying it, but not as many people as we wanted to buy it, so we panicked. So we produced a straight one, which said Broke Boys UK, which basically said Broke Boys Suck. Like, it didn't work, but we panicked, so we were like, oh my god, like, it needs to say Broke Boys UK because there's already a Broke Boys somewhere, and like there's a Broke Boys clothing brand in America, and like it's nothing to do with cars, but it needs to have UK at the end, and oh my fucking god, we're shit, no one's buying our sticker, let's produce a flat one, everyone buys flat ones. Mistake, like fucking mistake, because I don't know, like whether it was us that started it or whether it was like some other group, 6-7 months later up until now, like most logos that you find or most window stickers are curved. Like, there are loads, fucking shitloads. So go with something unique and run with it. Don't worry about the sales, because at the end of the day, when you're first starting out, your sales are going to be shit unless you suddenly get some, like, I don't know, massive influx of sales from, I don't know, some fan in Dubai and he loves your shit. Like, I don't know. All I'm saying to you is just don't be a sheep. Like, come up with something unique and original. There are a lot of people out there that are doing something different. As an example, what I think, like, just little subtle changes like this. Low Culture, group called Low Culture, they run a their window stickers say like Low Culture, like a shortened version, and then they've got like a line for it, and then like these squares at the end and shit. Like, some people be like, yeah, but I Love Bass have done the line. Like, no, I don't know, like the subtle squares, like it completely transforms it. It doesn't look like the same thing, and I think that's quite unique. Like, I don't know, I just like it and I feel it looks good. So don't come up with like something like that. Like, as well, when I say don't be a sheep, I mean as in go online, find yourself a decent font that hopefully has not been used by anybody else. Like, don't be hitting up Word and just finding a font on there, because legit, like that's ugly as fuck and no one's ever gonna look at your shit. So don't be a sheep, don't follow the conventional routes and try and be different. If you struggle, like I need you to be honest with yourself, if you fucking struggle to be different, you're shit at Photoshop, you aren't creative. Like there are only certain people that are creative, like there's creative and intelligence, and then you're either one or the two. You might be a mix of both if you're lucky, but if you're not creative, get somebody to fucking do it for you, because it will show that you're not creative. You just need to be completely honest with the fact that, look, I'm not too good at this, like a whole think of an idea sort of thing. Can somebody else do this for me? So yeah, those are my top 10 tips to building car community, car enthusiast brand. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if my opinion has offended you. I'm sorry if like I've hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if, I don't know, I don't really care. But all I'm saying is that's how we did it. I'm not saying that we're fucking huge or amazing or like killing the game. But all I'm saying is I think those steps helped me, and I think as well, if we took somebody a lot bigger than me and a lot better than me and like it's got a brand that's like way huger than me and like fucking makes way more money than me, then I think that they would agree with near enough slash hopefully all of these tips that I've said. Sorry today's video wasn't like your normal vlog, but they're coming back very soon. Other than that, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, a like on Facebook, whatever you would call it on Snapchat. I'll see you soon. Peace, safe, bye.